than a setup, and I wanted to kind of just see what happens today. And so today, the camera angle that I'm at doesn't really show it well, but I'm going to be playing on a suitcase for a bass drum. Sounds just like that. And then I showed you guys in the pre-show action, but I'm going to be using this little instrument here called an iTap, which is just like a little piece of wood, and you can play it with your hands or with other stuff. And so we're going to see what we can make happen with a vintage Schmidt beer can. These lovely broom corn brushes that are handmade in Connecticut by Haydenville Broom Works. And these are actually made just like out of actual broom corn. And they're made just like this is actually, they make like whisks and things like that. They make brooms and whisks and all sorts of cool stuff. And I was on their website, and all of a sudden there's a drop down that says drumming. I was like, what? You guys make drum stuff. So I spent a whole bunch of money on it, and it's just really good. It's really cool stuff. And I love that it's not just like a piece of metal or rubber in my hands for brushes. It just feels a little more, like, for lack of a better word, natural and stuff. So we're going to see. And also, I forgot, I have a tambourine jammed into my foot, into my shoe here.
Okay, not into your foot, but into your shoe.
Into my shoe. So we're gonna just make a little noise. These are some bells that I found. They were my grandfather's in like a case of things. So we're just gonna make some noise this morning. We're gonna connect through music and through rhythm and see what we can make happen.
I like it.
Love it. Conor McRae.
Right? Something like that, you know. Make a little noise, have a little fun with some rhythm instruments.
Yeah.
You know? And then if we had time, I figured I would do a little bit of drumming, but also in the spirit of improvisation and embarrassing myself and all sorts of fun things. I figured this morning what I would do is become a living meme. And I don't know if you guys have seen the meme going around the internet since the beginning of quarantine. right? And it says something to the effect of keep an eye on your drummer friends right now, because a lot of them are going to think that they can sing and play guitar. Well, what we have right here
Oh
is a
boy.
guitar, and what we have right here is a voice. And I do a little bit of singing with Davina, and I love to sing. I love to sing a lot, and this is one of my favorite songs to sing these days. It's a tune that's become kind of very important within my family and everything like that, and it's kind of our little family song. There's a musician in town, Minneapolis here, by the name of Doug Otto, and Doug, I call him Angel Voice. Doug Angel Voice, Golden Tonsils Otto. And he sings like a bird, and he's twice as nice, and I love him to death. And every time I sit down and watch Doug play an entire show, I come away with another song that I want to go learn. And so he played this tune by Elizabeth Cotten. If you haven't heard of Elizabeth Cotten, I think she died in the 80s, but she was an American singer-songwriter, folk artist, and blues musician who invented her own style of guitar playing. She actually plays a right-handed guitar strung left-handed, and she plays it like on its side, kind of like this. And she came up like with a really unique style of playing because it's kind of all unto herself. So she's one of the best guitar players I think that's ever lived. I'm one of the worst guitar players that's ever lived. So I'm not at all going to do her tune any justice on the guitar, but hopefully we can convey the emotion and some of the message of this song. This is Freight Train by Elizabeth Cotten. Freight train, run so fast. Freight train, run so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on. You won't know what route I run. When I'm dead and in my grave, no more good times will I crave. Lay a stone at my head and feet. Tell them all I've gone to sleep. When I die, Lord, bury me deep over on Old Chestnut Street. Lay a stone at my head and feet. Tell them all I've gone to sleep. When I die, Lord, bury me deep yonder down on Chestnut Street, so I can hear the number 9 as she come rolling by. Freight train, run so fast. Freight train, run so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on. You won't know what route I run.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, thank you so much, Connor.
I love
thank you
that.
so much for having me, you guys.
So, Connor,
yeah, so check out that tune. If you like that tune, check out Elizabeth Cotten, because her whole catalog is amazing. But that song in particular is like very, very
So
dear
good.
to me and very, very dear to my family, and it's just absolute absolutely beautiful. I love her stuff so much. So thank you
So
guys. Thanks
yeah,
for having me
absolutely.
on.
Where would we? So Connor, like, do you have any online gigs coming up, or do you have any
N-
place where people can go and listen to your stuff?
There's nothing officially on the books right now for online stuff, except for if you sign up for Davina and the Vagabonds on Patreon.com. We have content that's going up there. Davina's been putting stuff up there on her own, but we have a gig, like a full gig on our Patreon site right now that we recorded kind of right at the beginning of quarantine. And I actually sat in this very room, right in this spot here with a full drum setup and played a 90-minute gig with no metronome and no backing tracks or anything. Like I just sat here and from memory played a 90-minute set so that I could send it off to the rest of the band and they recorded
Wow.
over it and stuff like that. So it was kind of a trip. Like when I tell
Yeah.
musicians about doing that, they're like, "How did you do that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I played the songs enough where I just, sat down and kind of did it. I only had to like do a few retakes and stuff like that. So that's where you can find stuff.
Great.
Also, I've got a gig coming up. My first uh, actually playing back in a venue with people in it at the Schooner Tavern in Minneapolis coming up. I want to say it's the 22nd of this month here. And I'm going to stream that as well too. There's like limited, seating at the venue and
Right.
everything because of social distancing, all that kind of stuff. And we want to keep everybody safe. So I'm putting up the online tip jar, which is just right to my Venmo. And actually, because the Schooner Tavern is really near the epicenter of the uprising that took place in Minneapolis recently, we're going to be donating a portion of the tips back to the Schooner and to the neighborhood and everything like that.
Fantastic.
So we can help that community rebuild after some hard times. So.
Oh man! So we'll post the link to that on our Facebook page, and also the link to the Davina and the Vagabonds Patreon. Because if you are looking for if you're looking for artists to support right now on Patreon, I could not think of a better group of crazy kids than those Vagabonds.
Yes,
thank you so much, Connor, for joining us and getting up early.
Chloe.
And,
yes,
absolutely.
It was my pleasure. Thanks so much. And do indeed have Sam on at some point for a book chat because she knows her stuff. She's
she's
when
on.
it comes to literature and good times and jokes, like what's up? So
I love all
awesome.
these things.
Thanks, Connor. Have a great day. We'll see you.
Thank you.